Hey, do you want to win up to $5,000? Well, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency is running a contest called Companies Crushing Pollution. It's a video challenge in which students, lay people, your average Joe, is tasked to go out there and make a video showing how facilities are demonstrating best practices in reducing pollution at its source. But if you want to know how to enter this contest and how to make a video, you're gonna have to know how to use the EPA's TRI P2 search tool. And that's what today's video is all about. Hey everybody, I'm Tom Simmons, and I'm joined today by Joe O'Grady, Chief of Compliance and Plant Services.
That's correct.
Excellent. And a quick disclaimer before we get started, HRP is not part of the contest or affiliated with the EPA. What we're here to do today is to explain to you the details of how this search tool works, so that if you're entering the contest and you're a layperson like myself and you might need a little help with the technical aspects of it, maybe we can provide a little insight into that. And Joe, maybe you can tell us also about why this tool is useful, not just for people entering this contest, but just generally speaking as well.
Oh yeah, for sure, Tom. So the great part about the EPA TRI pollution prevention, or the P2 search, it also helps with sustainability activities. Things when you're starting to try and understand, hey, what are the other companies in my sector? Like, let's say if I'm a chemical manufacturer, what are other chemical manufacturers doing to help reduce their chemical usage? And how are they recycling it? Are they disposing of it? You know, you can actually search your whole area or the entire country and see what everybody is doing. So it's actually a fantastic tool. There's also a piece in this tool where you can actually compare your parent company with your current company's type setup, and which comes out great as well, because sometimes the parent company has all these great activities going on, but the individual sites don't. And so very good, useful tool for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take a look at a couple of searches now.
Perfect.
Okay, so here we are looking at the TRI Pollution Prevention P2 search. We'll take a look here at our search criteria. And Joe, what do you think we should look at first?
I would say so on the search criteria here, we have select one or more industry sectors. I would say let's select something like, do the drop down right there.
Yeah.
Let's go right down to like chemicals and textiles. Okay. I think those are two kind of more popular ones that have a lot of hazardous waste. The next area here is you want to, if there's a specific chemical that you're looking for, let's say if it was a PFAS chemical or another type of, let's say if it was some type of an acid, you could look specifically for that chemical. But in our case here, we're going to say all chemicals, and we're going to let it go ahead and see the comparison of what people have actually reported saying, hey, we're actually working on trying to do a reduction. Not always will the criteria come back showing that there was a reduction, but it will start showing you that they have activity and they're thinking about it. So why don't we set all chemicals?
Yep.
And then the next one, we can actually put the specific years that we want to look at. Right now, it kind of defaults to 2012 to 2020. So it's going to give you, an 8-year comparison there. We really don't need that. I would say let's look at 19 and 20.
Okay. 20 and go back to get the second one, which is 2019. Okay.
And then on the bottom, it says select one or more states. We could say, hey, we want to look at every state, but since we're here in Connecticut, a good one I think to try is just Connecticut for right at the moment.
All right.
You can also put in the exact zip code or the city name as well right next to it if you have a specific city that you want to look at. Like we're here in Farmington, Connecticut.
Yeah.
We could actually put in Farmington, Connecticut there. Now we can go ahead and say show P2 activities. Bear with the program. Sometimes it's a little slow, but it does produce some good information.
Yeah. And we got a nice quick search on this one.
Yeah, very quick. So it actually showed us 49 entries, too, here. So this is fantastic. And it's actually talking about because we selected all chemicals, you're noticing here it has things like zinc compounds, it has formic acid, and it's going to have probably several different types of chemicals there.
Okay.
One piece up top here that if you look at, it says P2 text filters. One piece that I always like to do is it kind of defaults to only show information about source reduction activities, which is great. That's really what you're looking for in most cases.
Yeah.
But there's a little drop down there as well. Sometimes the one that I really like to see is that it says excludes facilities that reported activity codes but no text descriptions. I like that there because it's good. The whole idea of me using this search and most of you would be to see what are people doing. So it's nice to have that text in there. And then once you do that, it automatically updates it. And now it's showing you everything from the TRI facility ID, which is the actual unique identifier for the facility under the toxic report and inventory. The next thing is it's going to say the facility name, and then it's going to have the address even. It's going to tell you where it is. Chemical name that we're looking at, and this one here on the first line, it's zinc compound. It's going to say the year that it was reported, 2020. Prior year releases, it's actually showing that it had 138.69 pounds that was released back in 2019, that would have been. And then the current year, it's saying, hey, we only had 11.43 pounds.
Wow.
Which
Pretty
is
big reduction for them.
Huge reduction, right? And it actually says, what was the percent change? Well, hey, that was a 91.76% change. And then it kind of comes over here, source reduction. It actually starts talking about it. It says, hey, the methods for identifying pollution prevention opportunities. The facility street sweeps and cleans out catch basins each year to minimize pollution to the environment. Any zinc used for the product is maintained in a building so that no material exits to the environment. Any floor sweeping are managed as waste. So they're doing a great job, and they're actually describing how they did it.
Yeah.
So now this is where it comes in useful beyond the contest, right? So if I'm the if I have my own chemical manufacturing or a manufacturing that kind of does something similar for a process for cleaning my floors, now I know how they did it and how they're reducing. Because 91%, that's a huge reduction. So I'm happy for them that they did that because they're definitely looking at our environment.
All right, so what should we take a look at now, Joe?
Let's just, for the heck of it, let's do all industry sectors.
Okay.
And let's see what type of all chemicals that are being reported just for the year 2020. And let's go ahead and do that comparison again for every state. Now, this is really cool. This is something that you might want to take a look at no matter what you're looking for. Because the great part here is that it's showing you all states managed back in 2020. And it's actually looking at recycled, energy recovered, treated, and then what they call released, which is actually disposal, direct disposal, or what have you not, or other. And the cool part is it puts it in Pareto, showing you which company is doing the most. And the one here that we're looking at right now is showing over 3 billion recycled, which is awesome. This is awesome. So once you click on it, it actually pulls up the specific company, which is also beneficial too, because now you can see where is that company located to me. Hey, they're doing such of a great job. Maybe I want to reach out to them and do a little comparison directly with them, some benchmarking.
Yeah.
So which is another great opportunity.
And you can follow that information for their facility profile to find who you need to get in touch with there.
Absolutely. And this is really good when you're looking at it as a whole or directly from not just a contest standpoint, but for actual usage in the field.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, if this inspired you to get out there and be creative and use this tool, by all means, get in there. Make sure you do it quickly because submissions to the EPA are due March 1st. We will list information in the description below on how you can navigate to the tool, to the contest information page. And you know what? If we inspired you or taught you anything today, why not give us a like, a subscribe, and click that bell down there for notifications. Joe, thanks for being here today.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, everybody.
We'll see you in the next video. Bye.